Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday. Just finishing up with chores, so it's about 5:45 p.m. And I just figured I'd jump back on here since I haven't posted anything in a very long time, and I apologize about that. But kind of catch you guys up on what's going on around here. Today we actually just finished a brand new pen for younger steers. So I'll swipe the camera and give you a look at that. So we just finished this up today. As you can see, they're in there chowing down on their hay right now. I probably have to give them a little more yet. Sorry if the camera is a little blurry. I probably should have cleaned it off before I started the video, but whatever. So yeah, we just finished this pen up today. So this will be for like intermediate steers. So anywhere from probably 4 to 7 to 800 pounders. Probably not quite that big, but probably 400 to 600 pound steers will be going in there. So from the individual calf hutches, they'll go into a smaller group pen, and once they get too big for that smaller group pen, they'll come into this one. So they got more space. There's 3 of them in here right now. There's probably room for 1 or 2 more for sure, but I think I'm just gonna leave it at 3 for now, and see how that goes. So they'll be in here for probably the next month or 2, and then they'll go over to the pasture, the medium-sized pasture, which is over there. You probably hard to tell, but it goes from up over here behind the grain tank back to over here and back to the other side of the barn. So yeah, they'll probably go over there in a couple months, and then they'll spend a few months in there before finally going to the main pasture with the rest of the larger animals, close to finished steers, and then all the cows, they'll go out with them. But yeah, so we just finished that up today. I'm gonna try cleaning this camera off. Sorry about that, but it's kind of foggy. But yeah, other than that, we're kind of getting rolling on some of the spring work. You can see we got the tractor hooked up to the manure spreader over there. So we've been starting to get manure hauled, get barnyard cleaned up after the long winter, which doesn't seem like it wants to end for whatever reason. This past weekend we had, on Saturday, it was like 78 degrees. And now today I think it was a high, I don't even think it got into the 40s. And we had some snow flurries on and off all day. So it's definitely starting to get a little late. I know most years we would have been seeding oats by now, and probably getting pretty close to getting corn on the ground within another week or 2, but definitely won't be happening this year. I know a friend of mine just told me he figured the ground temperature was about 35, 36 degrees yet, which, like I said, maybe you could start thinking about getting oats in the ground, but definitely not warm enough for corn yet. So it's getting a little late this year, but what do you do with Mother Nature? So hopefully within this next week we'll get all of our manure hauled, get the barnyard all cleaned up, get the group pens all cleaned up, and then maybe see what the weather does. Maybe within a couple weeks get some crops in the ground, but I think everything's going to be pushed back this year. I mean, for even like with hay, usually we shoot for like anywhere from June 1st to June 5th to start cutting first crop hay. But if it don't warm up considerably pretty quick, we're definitely not going to be that early. It'll be more middle of June before that gets started. But other than that, I mean, we should be fine on feed, so I'm not too nervous yet about it. But yeah, so we'll just kind of play it by ear, see what the weather does. I know the extended forecast isn't looking great. Only maybe highs in the 50s by the weekend next week, maybe 60 degrees. So, but not much you can do about it. We'll run with what we can, and as soon as the weather permits, we'll start getting crops in the ground. And other than that, I know I'll have to make another video this week. We've had a few new calves in the last week or so born. They're out with the moms, and they're all doing good. I got them all ear tagged already and taken care of, so they'll stay out with the mom for probably about 5 to 6 months, and then all depending if the mom will wean the calves off by herself, then I'll just leave them right out there. But I know, like the last batch of calves that we had, most of the moms won't wean them off, so we ended up having to separate them, and then we'll put them into a different pasture for a while, so they don't continue to nurse on the mom when they're 600 pounds, 700 pounds. But yeah, other than that, everything else is going pretty good. We're doing good on cattle numbers. We're continuously trying to grow, keeping our numbers up. It's a slow process, but we'll get to where we want to be. Other than that, this year is probably going to be kind of just hold on tight with fertilizer prices and everything else. Fuel prices is just outrageous. So definitely is going to be tight on everything this year, but we'll get by like we always do. We'll find a way. Everything will get done. So, but other than that, that's about it. Just checking in. I know I gotta make some more videos. Like I said, I'll show you guys new calves in the next video maybe, and we'll go from there. So everybody, have a good night.